And hello. Well, Chairman here, new stream. Yeah, I thought, why not? Sure, it's almost 11:30 at night, but yeah, I thought tonight might see about getting a little bit of Thronebreaker, the new Witcher game going. Don't know if it's going to be any good, but you know, I'm expecting good things. So, yeah, let's see how it go. Haven't launched it yet, so. Oh wait, I gotta load in GOG. Where's the GOG launcher? Where is it? Are you GOG? No, you're not GOG. One of these things is GOG. I'm looking at all my taskbar. City GOG is not connected. Gotta relaunch GOG. See what happens. And we're in. Well, in theory, yeah. Right now, we play the load game. I guess I'm gonna configure it shortly. I want it using my ultra wide.
Hey, come on, get them shackles off him. Poor son can't eat proper.
Dunno, I'm not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zericania so right?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen...
Anyway, brand new Witcher game. Yay! I'm gonna put on a jacket. It's getting a little bit cold. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Ooh, it has multiplayer support. Didn't realize that. That's not what I'm here for though, but it's good to know. Anyway, let's see what we got. Okay, we got online basic stuff here. Resolution. Don't seem to be able to go for anything else. Seriously? No point. Can we go any higher? Nope. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. Alright. Okay. Why is it referring to point? It's meant to be a strategy game. It's Thronebreaker. Be Gwent. I mean, Gwent's a different game. Totally different game. And I've got it.
The year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Neve, queen of the twin realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Neve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
Hail, Your Majesty! Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
It's nice to see they've, done some, well, mouth animations.
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
I deliberated. Wasn't at all certain in giving you the task. I knew you to be an equally good strategist as I am a shepherdess. So my intuition said no. Yet Reynard interceded on your behalf. Your Grace, they're common bandits, while the Count will have a host of men-at-arms to command. Next time, I shall trust my gut. All right, speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept.
Give me a moment. I'm, yeah, just posting something. Figure I might as well advertise. Yeah, no one's watching at the moment, so why not?
Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty. Straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away. rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
No, not Hawksburn. I passed there. You know, up on the train. Hawksburn Station.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
Yes, all the gold.
It's stolen, your grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be your grace's wish.
After weeks in the saddle, your grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
So... okay, let's see how we go. Okay, I guess I'd left foot to go places. Ooh. Oh, I can shortcut. Yay! Okay. Menu. Okay. Yep. Overall, I'm liking the art style. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, this is so far, it's looking a bit like a, there is a magic style game, I guess?
Oh, thought it were bandits riding in.
Milka. They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold.
Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight, sketch it out for you.
Yay, treasure map. Okay. Yay, got wood. I got wood. All wood. Nobody else there. Hello. Okay. Thronebreaker. The new Witcher one game. No. Just streaming it at the moment. Yeah, I figured people might want to check it out, so yeah, streaming to YouTube. Let's make him long. Yay! Green card. Woo. I can't go any further that way. I got green card. Okay.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meade charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Okay, time for my first thing. Okay. Let's see. How I'm going to choose this. Okay, 2 rows, no siege.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
This harvest.
Salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
One bolt I need.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
Time I taught you! The strays took tail and run! Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
The battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength, prepare for a strike that will prove decisive. Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Yeah, yeah!
Give me a target.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
Good to see you. Oh, hey, Taro, Tofu. Welcome to Gwent Plus. Pretty much Gwent. Gwent plus Heroes of Magic.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Niamh said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
I have more wood. Yay, wood.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
Okay, Wagenburg. Okay. Yep. Okay, so how? Okay. Okay. Yes, I make a Luxembourg. To my deck. Okay.
A bit of respite, Reynard?
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
just closing some things on Facebook on the other screen because why not? Okay. Back to talking to Reynard.
At ease, Reynard. At ease. Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company? Swapping tales with the innkeep, even?
Your concern, I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company, delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, milady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
Everybody's got AIDS. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant, nor did I deserve it. To earn that respect became my driving aim, and to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched, that he failed to think through, and yet elsewhere he'd blundered like a schoolboy.
Well, a brilliant strategist Reginald was not. They dubbed him the courageous, not the cunning, for good reason, I dare say.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse-majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognized and heeded.
It was then I swore two things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Meave. Save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least. I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly. Alas, I've come to fear Willem might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances. Events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ancaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either. It's time I attended to other matters.
I've now looked at everything. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Is this what I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less? Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rice, why, I'd have gone round, through Sodden. They told me! Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace. Is this what I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less?
Yay, morale.
Gods of mercy! Whatever is this filth?
Necrophages. Drawn here by blood scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm, I won't allow it! Attack!
Okay. Let's see how we go with battle.
Fog in broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering. Have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
We shouldn't exclude the possibility, my lord. And great caution we must exercise.
Raymond, what is this? Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, your grace. It's the first I've seen of any such... thing.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Ah!
These carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell. Harmless at first. Until, that is, they fill their guts. Seemed to become quite powerful then.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we do. Onward! Slay the filth!
So fortunate we routed the beasts before they had a chance to gorge.
Nice selection of cards.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Your grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma. This doesn't bode well. Oh no, not well at all.
One boat I
need. Curses. Strong as steers they've grown. And they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses.
Whoa. Wow.
My queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
Victory must be ours now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there! Yet another abomination.
That stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
That's the fucking bird.
Give me a target.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Arbalist at your command.
The beast hadn't a chance against us. Victory is ours.
Yay! I just thought, yeah, why not?
Many trees we've felled, my lady. Might you have need of them? So, take whatever your heart desires. They call themselves strays? Well, we'll treat them like strays.
Seems. Yeah, it's windy in game.
The masks they wear. Have you seen them? They've fangs, snouts, horns. Like a right proper nightmare. Your Majesty, I beg of you, thrash them bandits, please. Scared to step out into me own fields, I am. To raise an hand against the Queen. These hounds hold nothing sacred. Thank you for listening to this tired bag of bones. Folk haven't lent in here to old Poppy in a long while. Please take this for the road.
Yay, I got gold. More gold.
Soon, Queen and retinue arrived at Hawksburn. The men stationed there they found standing at attention, baking under the blistering noonday sun.
Your Majesty, Count Caldwell.
Stand at ease, Sergeant, and report.
The local peasants we've rounded up in the yard, Your Grace. Expect they might have lent the bandits aid. Yet our courtesy hadn't inspired them. They haven't peeped a word. Might it please Your Grace to summon the hangman? He ties a noose for them, should have them jabbering right quick.
I'll speak to them first.
Your Majesty, for the Queen to question commoners, why, it's simply not proper.
Whom for? I shan't be stripped of crown and titles for it, so no impediment do I see. Lead me to them.
Bow low for your sovereign, Her Majesty, Queen Maeve of Lyria and Rivia.
Have mercy, Your Grace. We bear no guilt, we simple folk.
Calm your hearts, good folk. Though your queen I may be, you are subjects, not slaves.
Maeve extended a hand, the royal ring gleaming upon it. Unfamiliar with protocol, a pleb gripped it firmly and gave it a shake as hearty as a good scrub in the tub.
My, we shall be addressing one another by name afore long.
This is an outrage! Guards! Grab him!
I've all in hand, Caldwell.
Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm not accustomed, nohow.
Nonsense. You've a firm grip, a spry handshake, and a bold spirit I can respect. What do they call you, man?
Helmer, son of Florence.
Delighted, Helmer. Now understand me, man. I am in dire straits and in need of your aid, so please answer my queries in full and forthrightly. The bandits, whom do they follow?
Him, milady. We seen him. No name, just an odd title. The Duke of Dogs, they call it.
My, a blue-blood thoroughbred mutt. Where are he and his hounds bound? Did he say?
That recall, Imogen? What do you name? A Gleeton or something?
Clayton. Lord Clayton. His estate lies to the south.
Sound the horns. Have the men form up. We march at once.
Milady! Harbour no ire for the Duke. He's a good man. Gave us proper brass for the welcome we gave him. Shared what grub he had.
Shut it, louts. The Queen's had her say. Your Grace, your orders. What are we to do with them?
Leave them be. The harvest draws close. Hard work. They'll have their hands full.
Oh, milady, thanks be to you, thanks be. I pray Mother Melitele watch over your kind heart.
Pray she watches over yours. Should I hear of you sheltering bandits again, of you lying to my officers, I shall return and put torch to every hut, field and orchard. Understood.
Maeve set off toward Lord Clayton's estate at a gallop, her mount knocking the peasants aside as it kicked up a cloud of dust. The folk of Hawksburn spoke of the royal visit long after, albeit ever behind closed doors and in hushed tones.
What is this, Reynard? Bandits attacking royal tax collectors. In broad daylight.
They shall pay dearly, your grace.
They shall indeed. And not only they. Rot has crept into Lyria, Reynard. My kingdom has been poorly kept. That rumble. What is it?
Look out! Rock slide!
The bluff crumbles! Fall back! Save yourselves!
Your grace, the wagon. We can use it as cover. Forward. We must move it forward.
What now?
You're far fewer than I presumed. Summon your comrades, damn it! Chop chop! Before I reach for my whip.
Armor ward, sir. One bolt I need.
The wagon! Use the wagon now!
We've come through, Reynard. I thank you.
The walls of the temple collapsed. The buttresses doubtless damaged by something.
Or someone. There's naught we can do here. We ride on.
A peasant cart, loaded with a heap of hay, came rattling down the road from the opposite direction.
Clear the road!
Bellowed Count Caldwell, standing in his stirrups.
Make way for your queen!
The peasants obediently turned their cart into the roadside nettles. As she passed, Meve glanced towards it and froze. Atop the hay bale lay a badly wounded man gripped by fever. The thick, sweet stench of rot wafted from his bandaged legs.
Gods. Who did this to him?
Meave asked.
Bandits?
Nay, milady,
replied the cartman.
'Twere a beast. Out to the east, down Witcherton way, lies a boneyard, old as the elves, they say.
The peasant continued.
Clayton was setting snares round about there. Came running back to us, drenched in blood, rattling on about a long-haired wench come climbing out a grave. We's taken him to the good sisters of Melitele here on bridge. Perhaps they can help him.
I'm certain they can. And will.
Replied the Queen, though just looking at the wounded wretch, she knew he'd expire before nightfall.
God speed you on your journey.
The Queen whistled, and her mare resumed its trot.
Shall I send for a witcher, your grace?
Caldwell asked.
One of those freaks should make short work of the monster.
Until we apprehend the bandits, I shan't allow a single soul to leave our company. Even on such an important mission as finding a witcher.
Meave replied.
Any who did would be captured at once. But, if fate brings us near Wetterton, perhaps we'll see to this monstrous harridan ourselves.
Your grace, we've only just fought beasts and scarcely escaped with our lives. This she-beast will take a silver sword. Magic formulae.
Yet a dozen arbalists will have to suffice.
The Queen said, calmly but firmly.
And please, Caldwell, do stiffen your spine a bit. Now onward.
Woo! Achievement unlocked. Okay. A little bit closer. See where I can find back this.
Off to Wetterton, are ye? Bonnie tune that. Just the folk are beyond shite. Off to Wetterton, are ye? Bonnie tune that.
As they neared Wetterton, the Queen ordered her company to halt. She then sent men to the town for supplies. Those sent returned more quickly than she'd assumed they would, their satchels empty, their mounts foaming at the mouth.
Your Majesty, the townsfolk have gone right mad. Herded all the elves and dwarves at Market Square. 'Tis a slaughter.
The Queen knew well that if she failed to intervene, the town's streets would flow with non-human blood. Just as she knew her meager force might not subdue an enraged crowd.
What is your command, your grace?
Reynard's question pierced the silence.
What can it be, dear friend?
Answered the Queen, then spurred her mount and rode off towards the town. Her troops followed, running as fast as their legs would carry them. When they passed inside the town gate, they saw corpses lining the gutters. Meave realized she had arrived too late to prevent a tragedy. The crowd was drunk on blood. Its rage would need to be quelled with an iron fist.
Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
We must trust each other.
We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
Reynard, who started this? I must know. Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones! Reynard, who started this? I must know. So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Her Majesty is... We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones!
We must trust each... We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Reynard, who started this? I must know. Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones! Reynard, who started this? I must know. So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
Company! We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones! Reynard, who started this? I must know. So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Company! We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
Happily, Meve restored order without suffering any losses. Reynard then learned that a nobleman's ire had triggered the violence, ire at having discovered a theft.
Suspicion fell on the non-humans he employed. He accused them, they protested, and the row soon engulfed the town. But there's something else, Your Grace.
Reynard gestured towards an aged man who stood grieving, his face in his hands.
I've witnesses who claim the strays of Sparla are the thieves.
Though the tragedy seemed the result of a misunderstanding, justice would have to be served.
Your excuses I cannot accept,
said the Queen.
The vipers who called for the slaughter, they will hang. The rest...
Majesty!
A townswoman fell to Meve's feet.
Mercy, please! 'Twere words taken wrong, a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? To don another's cape, pay out insufficient change, these are misunderstandings. What happened here was criminal, and you'll be punished as criminals.
The condemned were hanged at once, without regard to the protests of kith and kin. Those non-humans who had managed to hide and survive made a most generous donation in gold to bolster the Queen's force. I'd like to say Wetterton's small melting pot of races lived on in harmony. Yet alas, I'm not in the habit of propagating untruths.
You hanged good folk today, ma'am. And for what? Because they came to the end of their tether? You hanged good folk today, ma'am. And for what? Because they came to the end of their tether?
The Lyrians entered the graveyard. Crickets chirped in its tall, windswept grass, and lush green moss covered its crumbling gravestones. Only a fresh bloodstain upon a mausoleum wall suggested that something disturbed the dead in their rest and hunted the living.
Save your tears, throw off your grief.
An eerie voice sang, its ghastly lament standing Meve's hair on end.
Soon your life too shall cease as you pass into the eternal glow.
A pockmarked, pustule-ridden creature crawled out from behind some gravestones. It vaguely resembled a shriveled, hunchbacked hag, until its head split into two halves, forming a tooth-spiked maw.
Attack! Everyone!
Okay, attack time. I'd rather see about killing a hag. Okay, kill the grave hag.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
If you insist.
One vote I need. Give me a target.
Okay, let's see.
Aye. Should have listened to me, old lady.
A lesson in humility coming now.
One vote I
don't know. Not
What?
getting it.
What was that filth?
The queen croaked hoarsely as the dying monster writhed in agony at her feet.
I know not, your grace,
replied Reynard.
But to be safe, I would have the corpse chopped up and burned. Elsewise, we will not be certain it shall not return.
Yes, have it done.
Meve said, brushing her hair from her beaded brow.
But quickly, lest dusk catch us in this foul place.
The Lyrians soon resumed their march. As they left the cemetery behind them, some believed they still heard the haunting dirge upon the air. Or was it just the wind, whistling past mossy tombstones?
Ooh. Okay, let's go. Okay, click her. Yay, part of a card permit. At least I'm allowed to suck at things. Yep. I can suck rather mightily at this game if I want. That's good. I get to play for the story. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, well, in theory, I would be... Where would I be going? Oh, down that way. Oh, okay. Paddle time. let's see what is required.
One boat's all I need. Take it anymore.
Gosh. What? Oh, don't let any allies die.
I'm a more certain.
I'm just not getting it.
Kneel and pay homage to the gods. You shall be rewarded. Melitele watches over us all, yet you do well to remind her through supplication. There is ever time for prayer, even as war rages all around.
Travelling the high road, they heard the bells of a temple to Mother Melitele, situated at some distance. Meve turned towards Reynard.
What have we today?
Stained glass shards glinted in the grass.
It's all come clear now. Sabotage. 'Twas the bandits who weakened the walls.
Wheel ruts. The strays, no doubt. They must be nearby.
Statues of the Good Mother, how dare they? To ravage statues of the Good Mother, how dare they?
disturbed. Something digs up their graves, opens their tombs.
How much short bottle? Okay, we can each one.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
If you insist.
Give me a target. Arbalist at your command.
What?
One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Arbalist at your command.
Can't take it anymore.
Time I taught you some respect.
Armor won't save.
I don't get it.
Can't take it anymore.
Armor won't save him. One bolt's all I need.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Give me a time.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Arbalist at your command.
If you insist.
Armor won't save him. One bolt's all I need.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
take it anymore.
Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
If you insist.
Armor won't save.
What?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Our ballista, your command. Armor won't save.
Can't take it anymore. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
One bolt all I need.
If you insist.
Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
Can't take it anymore.
Armor won't save. One bolt's all I need. Give me a target.
Yeah, I'm just not quite getting it there.
Majesty, you return. Our prayers have been answered. May the Mother Goddess watch over you.
Go looking for those hounds.
The bandits had pitched camp in a nearby wood. Spirits buoyed by the wine they'd stolen from the cloister cellar, the brigands had not posted sentries.
Another round! To the sisters!
Neve's soldiers were eager, insistent. The desecrators would be punished. Yet only the Queen could order the assault.
High time we put these strays on a leash.
Spat the Queen, spurring her horse.
To arms! Follow me!
Tankards clattered to the ground as the strays reached for their weapons. The brigands would not even fathom giving up without a fight.
Okay, let's see how we go. That's not a short one. Damn it, it's a short one. 3 gold left. Barrel.
Surround them!
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
Looking to dance, mate?
Ha!
Ah, I see.
I'm a one, sir.
What you looking at?
See if he's had any coin in his pockets. Or his own. Regroup!
If you insist.
One bolt all I need.
You might have got away had you not been hauling so damn much.
Give me a target.
Gotta get our asses moving.
Our ballista, your command.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely earrings, or do I tear them off myself?
Again and again and again.
No time for that!
Ours is not to reason why.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away. Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Tell me you jest.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
The Queen's company defeated the bandits and recovered the loot. Silver chalices, reliquaries lined with mother of pearl, gold-embroidered robes.
The priestesses would be grateful to have their treasures returned, Your Grace. They would pray ardently for your victory.
Reynard opined.
Yet, you could also keep the silver, expend it on the war effort. And who's to say which, prayer or coin, would be more useful?
Hard times the realm now endures.
The Queen said, after a pause.
Yet this can't justify a lapse in principles. No. We must defend them all the more.
Meve ordered everything returned to the priestesses. All of it, down to the last gulden. Moved by the Queen's gesture, some of the novitiates joined Meve's ranks, aiming to bring succor to any Lyrian wounded in battle. Queen and company rode off, with no gold to show for their toil, but most certainly richer in spirit.
Woohoo! Richer in spirit. Yay, feel that egg.
Sure, you can bind a rabid dog, tie his four legs together, but you'll not stop him from lashing out and biting. Aroo!
I'm not going anywhere near that. Nope.
Melitele will not forget your sacrifice, nor will her faithful servants.
Some bandits on thy road round Dawn. Those that call themselves the Strays. Those bandits, dressed as demons they was, horns on their heads and pig snouts instead of noses. Beware, some bandits on thy road round Dawn. Those that call themselves the Strays.
Off to the nocturnes, ma'am. Walk across this bridge here, then ride on straight as piss. Yeah.
You spy that column of smoke? God damn it! Make haste!
As the Clayton estate appeared from behind a tree line, the Queen and all in her retinue knew at once they had arrived too late. A veritable swarm of bandits milled about the yard.
Who have we here? I'll take a gander, lads. The Queen herself has deigned to come and see us.
See you, then kill you.
The Strays of Sparla. 'Tis you who lead them. 'Tis you they call the Duke of Dogs.
Aye, 'tis I they dub so, and in other pleasant ways. Prince of Pariahs, Thane of Thieves, Baron of Brigands, and Marquess of Mendacity.
Colourful titles all, yet you omit one. Common cutthroat!
I beg your pardon and cry foul! I am anything but common.
You needn't get excited, Caldwell. Where is Lord Clayton?
Sadly, my lord's no longer with us. Turned us away, you see. Denied us hospitality. A sacred right, after all. Angered the gods mightily, I expect, as he promptly met a tragic end. Fell in the well and broke his neck.
I've heard enough. To arms! Attack!
Oh, lads! What say we throw this queen a ball?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Well, well, my congratulations.
Yeah, yeah!
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Are you mad? Don't shoot! Stand back! Tis some alchemical concoction!
Give me a target.
This could hurt.
Arbalist at your command.
We got a job to do.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Shh, cork it.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Can't get our asses moving.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
We'll catch 'em all!
Aye.
Bravo, Your Grace. Well played.
I can't say the same for you, I fear. You'd have done better to die in battle. Bound for Lyria now, where the hangman will have his way with you.
Splendid! I've ever wished to see the capital.
Quite certain of yourself, you seem.
Many afore you have braided nooses for me, Your Grace. Yet as you see, my neck's straight as a pike.
My threats are never hollow. And if it's an escape you weigh, well, we've yet to see any man abscond from the dungeons of Lyria Castle.
I'd hope so. For to be known as second just wouldn't be worth the trouble.
Ugh. Take him away.
As soldiers placed the Duke of Dogs in shackles, there was a sudden commotion. A messenger rushed in, sweaty, gasping for air, smelling of smoke and blood. His gaze spoke terror.
Your Majesty, Graces, Nilfgaard's crossed the Yaruga. Black-clad hordes. Villages burn. Folk lie murdered.
Nilfgaard! Gods help us!
They march for Dravagrad. Prince Willem, he can't hope to arrive in time with aid. Help us! You must!
Dravagrad. Blast it all. Listen close, soldier. You're to take a fresh mount, ride hard back to your commander and say the Queen comes to repel the foe.
Your Grace, begging your pardon, our force. We aren't many.
Reynard, I've seen Nilfgaard's trebuchets at work. Should we delay until we're stronger, they'll leave no stone standing in Dravagrad. We must ride for the town at once.
As her men prepared to march, Meve climbed the manor's tower. Smoke rose in columns in the distance. As more black pillars appeared one after the other, she knew they meant another home, another barn, another mill was in flames. Tears welled in her eyes, yet they were tears of anger.
Bastards. If it's war they seek, it's war I shall bring them. Reynard, prepare to ride!
First...
Something.
Suddenly, Meve's force found itself marching straight towards a Nilfgaardian company. To the Queen's surprise, the invaders did not immediately assume. The envoy cracked the seal on a scroll, unfurled it, took a deep breath, and began to read.
I, General Ardal Ebdahi, demand the immediate and unconditional surrender of Lyria and Rivia. Elsewise, I will burn down every city, town, village and temple, place all your subjects in chains, and your armed men, defeated and captured, I will hang along the roadsides as a warning to all others in the barbarous north.
As the final threat echoed in Meve's ears, the envoy put away the scroll and stood waiting for her answer, a mocking smile on his face. He allowed himself this insolence, believing the immunity accorded diplomats would shield him from any form of royal ire.
His Excellency speaks true. We Nordlings are barbarians, without exception,
answered the Queen. Though her voice was calm, most of those listening shuddered inside.
We neither hold nor honor the standards of the civilized world, among them the immunity of envoys. At the...
This is savagery! Barbarous! To attack an emissary!
We must trust each other.
One bolt's all I need.
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Give me a target.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
This is savagery! Barbarous! Do attack an emissary!
Left, right, left, right.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
For Rivia!
One bolt's all I need.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Give me a target.
This is savagery! Barbarous! Do attack an emissary! Help!
Her Majesty is exceptional.
I'm a one second.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Again and again and again.
The envoy's escort crumbled beneath the onslaught of Maeve's Lyrians, who grabbed the emissary and brought him before their queen. Robes torn and head blooded, he no longer exuded imperial pride.
Your Grace, what would you have us do with this pompous arse?
Kill him. Then take his head, drop it in a jug of honey, and deliver it to General Epdahi with my compliments.
The envoy objected, protested, pleaded, cited pacts and conventions, even went so far as to call on common human decency. Maeve was deaf to all.
Told you the Queen had flogged those flea-ridden strays. Knew it all along. Told you the Queen had flogged those flea-ridden strays. Knew it.
Oops. Another shortened battle. Okay, eliminate the range cow.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
One boat, all I
Her Majesty is exceptional.
Ours is not to reason why.
Give me a target.
it's just after 2 hours. I think it's a good enough, good enough run for now. Still very appreciative of the art style, and kind of happy with it because it's Gwent Plus, and that's always good. Okay, save and exit. Okay, yeah, that was, of course, Thronebreaker, Witcher Tales. Totally worth it. If you like Gwent, the entire Witcher world, worth it. Yeah, if you like checking things out, but, like, subscribe, comment. Comments. Join the Discord if you want to post pictures of cats or chairs with cats. Take your pick. More or less, I'm quite happy to stream and do all sorts of things. Probably end up doing more Witcher-based stuff in the future because why not? And of course, Cyberpunk.